Shemai, and welcome back to Dysgu Cymraeg gyda Pure West Radio a Dysgu Cymraeg. Dysgu Cymraeg Sebenfro. I'm Tom, I'm the Early Breakfast Show presenter with Pure West Radio, and I have just finished Uned 19 of the Learn Welsh. And we've returned to mutations, not the soft mutations, which we've done way back in Unit 4, we're reminded today. So that's like dod or, so that I come from, then you'd have a soft mutation. So if I come from Cardiff, you'd have a soft mutation from the C to G. So dod or Gaerdydd. Gymraeg is Welsh. But what we did this unit was we looked at talking about your possessions and relatives. And this introduced us to the word my, which is fy, F-Y. And FYI, it causes, FYI is in for your information, I don't get confusing going on now. It causes a nasal mutation, which is what we use when we're in somewhere. So if we're in Cardiff, we are Nghaerdydd, not O Gaerdydd, which is with a G. It's instead of which is usually in. So it's Nghaerdydd. So it begins with NGH, Gaerdydd. And because it causes a nasal mutation, that impacts how we say tad, which is dad. So that becomes fy nhad. And we did a task which included saying what the name of your relative is. So if we look at, so name yw enw fy nhad I is name, the name is name of my father. So Tom yw enw fy nhad I. And because it causes nasal mutation, if we're saying that we've got a relative that lives in a place, you end up with mae fy nhad ci I Ynfregaron. So that's if we were to do this without nasal mutation, it would be tad ci, granddad, in Tregaron. But with the nasal mutation, the two nasal mutations, because v causes one, as does we've got mae fy nhad ci I Ynfregaron. And Tony, who's on the course with us, we found this the most difficult because it's, first of all, gymnastics in the face to get that nasal mutation out there, because it's all at the back of the throat. So mae fy mrawd I ymedwas. And also when you're looking at it changes the to either or or So morth call or morth cowl even. So it really has been like gymnastics around understanding the sentence structure. So we can read it really well, but if we're trying to be conversationalist, it does throw the spanner in the works as to it's not, I know it shouldn't be what it is a standard. It's also not a soft mutation, which means that the needs to change as well. So there's a few things to consider when you're running into that sentence. But as Richard said, our tutor, we've been doing this for like less than 4 months. So we're doing really well. And we had a paragraph, so we had a writing exercise as well. So ceri dwi'n byw yng Nghaerfyrddin. And in brackets, they've got Caerfyrddin. So we had to put in the mutations as we went down the list. And we also did a sgwrs, a conversation, which is now mixing up the present tense and the past tense and the future tense. So in this example, it was, wyt ti wedi gorffen pacio? Have you finished packing? So they're going on holiday, and so it introduced so ble mae fy nhesi? Where is my suitcase? So present tense. But then we also had future tense, a little later on. Dim problem, fyddi di ddim angen ffôn. So fyddi, or bydda I. Fyddi di is you won't, you won't need, or fyddi di ddim, you won't. Angen, need, phone. You won't need the phone. And I found that since we've learned the future tense before half term, that I feel a lot more confident and able to try and engage a little bit more and to listen a little bit harder as well to what tense people are speaking in, because when you don't know what tense someone's speaking in, or you're limited to one or two, then you can't really have an all-rounded conversation. And yeah, it just makes everything a lot better. So that's where we are at the moment. Next week, Uned Ugain, or Deuddeg, they both mean 20. We're looking at de, or eich. I think I pronounced them correctly. But we're looking at asking questions about other people's possessions and relatives. So, dir llyfr di, your book, and eich llyfr chi. So, of course, there is the T and the chi versions of you. So that's what we'll be going through next week. And spoiler alert, we bring back our soft mutations. So until next week, listen to Pure West Radio. You can sign up to a newsletter from Learn Welsh Pembrokeshire as well. So have a look. Go to Learn Welsh Pembrokeshire. They've got a Facebook page as well. And yeah, have a look. See if you're interested as well. We're on the intense course, so we're doing 2 years in one. But if you wanted to do the 2 years over 2 years, you would not be at Unit 20 at the same stage we are after 3 or 4 months. You'd be nearer, I think, 10, 11 or 12. So it's great. They've got something for all paces, and I'm really enjoying it and getting to use it. Looking forward to using it in the outside world. Until next week, hwyl fawr! It's me again. Before I forget, if you want to dip your toe into what learning Welsh is like with Learn Welsh Pembrokeshire, they've got a 3-day Easter course coming up. The course is taking place on the 29th, the 30th and the 31st of March, and it's an Easter special, as it were, and it goes through all the different levels. So you could do Mynediad 1 or Mynediad 2, so entry level 1 or 2. You can sign up for it. The full price is £25, but if you book before the 12th of March, you can get it for half price, £12.50 for a 3-day course learning Cwrs Pasg, which is, I think, Easter course. So that's 3 days at the end of March, 29th, 30th, 31st. You can book online, and with a special guest, Gwilym Bowen Rhys. So sign up. It's a good way to see whether it's something that you might be interested in. Mynediad is entry level. That's what I'm doing at the moment.